Wow, what an adventure. The things you saw, all the new knowledge, and the struggles. There is so much you want to tell. But it's not just you. A lot of people also want to hear your story. They want to know about what you found in your quest, and they are here ready to hear from you. But what to say exactly? Where to start? Do you tell the same story to everyone? Let's address all of these questions, so sit back, relax, and listen carefully. There is no rigid way of communicating your ideas. In fact, most of it has to come from your own personal style. After all, it is your story. However, some fundamental principles can help you optimize the transmission of your information. Here are 3 of these principles. Recognize your audience, select and organize information, and prepare for interaction. Let's look at these closely. There's a big difference between telling your story to your friends and family and to your colleagues and scientists. Scientists are experts. They understand technical elements that your friends and family may not recognize. If you're addressing your colleagues in science, what do you think they want to know? What about your friends and family? In principle, they want the same information. What is something we don't know? And what do you think the answer could be? How do you find an accurate answer? And what do we learn if we find the answer? But each group prefers different formats and degrees of specificity to build the narrative. The first group, the scientists, prefer the language of science, the scientific method, which is highly specific. First, they want a precise observation, a question, and a hypothesis. Then, you must provide the methods, variables, categories, and measurements. Finally, you should show your results and your analysis or discussion of those findings. This format allows to go directly to the point, follows strict standards, offers empirical descriptions, and is quite formal. The second group prefers a story that teaches them something. It can start with an example of something cool or mysterious, then it describes a couple of tricks that might reveal the mystery, and finally, it discloses the enigma and the lesson it carries. This format is much more relaxed but not necessarily easier. It uses metaphors to explain a complex phenomena. It may use rough statistical descriptions, simple graphs and pictures, but relies heavily on conceptual descriptions in a rather informal way. Both formats are valuable, and each plays a central function in keeping new knowledge available for everyone, according to level of expertise. Once you determine your audience, you can use your board to show them the information. Managing your board requires special abilities that you can develop with time and practice. Let me show you some basic ones. Imagine that you're at the airport and you need to get to your gate in 5 minutes or else you'll lose your flight. You have to focus your attention on your goal, and 2 conditions allow you to get there faster and with ease: good signaling or semiotic congruence, and clearing the path. The same applies to your board. Following the Persian tradition of semiotics, semiotic congruity refers to the expectation that signs will represent the information at an optimal degree. Typically, indexes indicate. They point directly and unequivocally to the referent. Icons display similar characteristics from the referent. And symbols are consistent in their representation, despite their apparent arbitrariness. Semiotic incongruity hinders efficient communication. Indexes don't point at anything specific, icons won't show similarity, and symbols are neither regular nor reliable. Additionally, by clearing the path, I mean to condense and organize the flow of information. You can think about it in terms of Paul Grice's cooperative principle, which states, make your contribution such as is required at the stage at which it occurs, by accepted purpose or direction of the talk exchange in which you are engaged. This principle is further developed into 4 maxims. First, contribute with precise information, no more, no less. This is the maxim of quantity. Second, share information that, by your own estimation, is truthful and as accurate as possible. This is the maxim of quality. Third, make sure that what you say has a direct connection with the topics at hand. In other words, be relevant. Finally, be clear, organized, and brief. This is the maxim of manner. With semiotic congruity and clearing the path, you can organize the elements on your board for optimal use, and you increase the chances of guiding your audience adequately through your presentation. Besides, and this is very important, precision and clarity make information much more accessible for all the populations. Whew, you made it. You share your ideas, but you're not done. Science communication, and communication in general, requires interaction with your interlocutor. So, after sharing your ideas, your audience may have questions. They may be confused or want you to expand on some of the topics that you have covered, or they may share with you a similar situation that they have also noticed. Whatever it is, you need to be ready for interaction. But how am I supposed to prepare if I don't even know what the audience would say? I can't predict the future. Fair point, but actually you can imagine possible scenarios and act accordingly. Our capacity to foresee potential events has allowed us to predict and survive catastrophes and create solutions to current problems. And also, think about it. You were the one who went on a scientific exploration. It was you who experienced it. It is your point of view. So don't think anything is obvious. Quite the opposite. The assumption should be that nothing is obvious. Well, some few things are, but you get the idea. So think outside the box and try to imagine. What do you know that may not be obvious for your audience? What is likely the audience would find confusing? What can be other ways to explain the same ideas? What can be other examples? Is there anything that you still don't know? Keep in mind that you're sharing your experience. However, nobody is expecting you to know everything. Sometimes you'll receive questions that are beyond your level of expertise. In that case, remember that you're still learning, and anything that you don't know right now is an opportunity to learn more. You may also receive mean-spirited comments, but you should not take these comments too personally. If you cannot learn something constructive from them, just let them go. Well done! Your journey ends here. You accepted the challenge to explore and bring new knowledge to the world. You became a skilled thinker guided by your compass. You followed your map and shadowed your guide. You kept transparent scientific practices with your dashboard, your scanner, and your quill. And after your adventure, you shared your knowledge with your audience with the help of your board. And in case it is not evident, this is a huge accomplishment. A scientifically informed society is better equipped to make decisions and confront the uncertainty of the future. And you just contributed to that cause. You just became a scientific hero. There will come more challenges in the horizon, and you're more prepared now for whatever life brings you. And don't forget, keep the fire burning. Bye-bye.